Okay. Good boy. Okay then, so let's begin. Now, as you guys can tell, I have this in Japanese. Yep, all in Japanese. Okay, good. Alright, let's just wait for this. There we go. I really do hope this music is not copyrighted. Alright, but I'm gonna do a new game because I would like to see what the coordinator tutorial looks like for Zaft. If it actually changed anything. Yeah. Okay then. Alright, so natural and coordinator. Coordinator type. Alright, so we have Omni or Zaft. Zaft. Okay, either time stop or hyper mode. Hyper mode, thank you. Alright, and yep. Yep. Okay. Ah, crap. There we go. Okay, so that's what it does. It just gives us the gens a bit early. Yep. Okay, so for anybody that's watching, this game doesn't have a story to it entirely. It's got the main gameplay mode, which is at the top, which is where you play through the campaign, which is just... Yep. So this is the campaign. Here we have Zaft, which... Zaft's missions, but we also have the Omni group on the left, Archangel on the right for Century Era 71. Then we have Omni, Century Era 73, Zaft, Century Era... I really can't speak tonight. Century Era 73 for Zaft and the 3 Ships Alliance, as well as some bonus missions that are based around Gundam Seed Astray or Vastray. And in order to actually be able to play the game entirely, we need to unlock these Haro medals. So each Haro has a different requirement to unlock them. And the reason why I have it in Japanese is because I'm trying to study a bit of Japanese. But each Haro has a different unlock requirement and a different effect, like being able to increase the level of your pilots to 99, actually play around with different Gundams of different factions, play around with different Gundams of different factions from different time periods, be able to actually level up allied partner pilots or named character pilots, as well as being able to use Gundams that have a specific restriction to them. Like, you have some Gundams that can only be used in an atmosphere and some in space combat, and you can't use them in the opposite environment unless you get this medal, whatever medal it is. So again, I can't read Japanese. But after you completed the main campaign here, then you've got extra missions and versus missions. And versus missions can be a couple of different things, including fighting actual named characters, but with triple the stats. Oh boy. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Go into my actual save. And just so we're clear, where are the records? Yeah, here's the record. There, now what I want. Still nothing. There we go. Yeah, I've been defeated 12 times at the moment. And that's supposed to be because one particular mission has been a pain in my balls. And that would be one where the frickin' Blue Cosmos and Logos dumbasses are frickin' trying to take down the plants. Oy. Alright. But yeah. One other thing about this game is that, unlike some earlier Gundam games, this game does not allow you to have different scenarios happen. Like, let's say if you were playing as Zaft and you managed to complete Zaft's mission, there's no alternative storyline. Like, all 3 campaigns. So, Omni, Zaft, and Archangel. These 3 campaigns all culminate in the exact same ending. Yes, how we get there is different, but not that different. And yeah, I can actually also now change up Gundams. So I have here all the possibly all the Omni Gundams from Century Era 71. It's like the basic strike, Agile strike, Sword strike, and Buster strike. Got the Buster Gundam, that's not the Buster Gundam, that's based on the Buster Gundam. Raider Gundam, that what it was called. Emobius, the Dago, which is what we start off with. Alright. At least, again, when it comes to learning Japanese, at least these Gundams are all with katakana symbols in their names. Thank you! Something easy to read. Not with any of this kanji. But yeah, while I would like to go for the Raider Gundam, so, Raider Gundam. I swear to God, if there was a Japanese person next to me, I'd be getting the world's biggest slap in the face right now. Seriously, if any Japanese people are watching this, I am sorry that your hands have to be sullied with slapping my face. Seriously, your hands are better off slapping something else rather than my face. For now, let's go ahead and use... which Gundams should I use? Because honestly, I always really do like the Omni ones, because they have a kind of Optimus Prime feel to them with the masks. Except for these ones. Yep, the Perfect Strike. Then we got all the Zap stuff, so we have like the Aegis, Duel with additional armor, Buster, Mirage, Jin. What's that, Raleigh Crusade Jin? That's gotta be Raleigh Crusade. Nope, that's Raleigh Crusade. Yep, like. Oh. Okay. Let's just go with one that I have fully maxed out in terms of tuning. And yes, this is all tuning. And as you guys can tell, this is not standard. What this Gundam has in terms of stats is not normal. Everything that's light blue is what the Gundam has in terms of stats when it starts off. Everything in dark blue is what is recommended to be upgraded to that particular point before you unlock the ability to upgrade the Gundam to what I have it. So everything that's currently flashing or pulsing, that's all thanks to the medal I unlocked, which allowed me to upgrade the Gundams to this point. And more specifically, that number at the bottom right, the 70,000. When it comes to certain Gundams, like the Raider, for example, we put that in. The Raider Gundam has 2 forms. You have, which is part of its transformation ability. So you have one where it just flies around as a jet-like thing, then you have its actual mobile suit. A neat little trick here for these kind of Gundams is that the Raider Gundam can be upgraded just a little bit further if you ignore upgrading one of its forms. Which, personally, I do not like its jet form, so I just go with this one because, again, you have like a big-ass A-10 Warthog on the arm. And a mace. But for now, let's just use the regular dagger and get on with the first CE-71 mission. Or should I use... where? How's that one looking? Complete dog shit. Alright. So it looks like I got the strike all good, but I'm gonna... damn it. Oh, god. The 105 dagger. I'm just using the 105 dagger. It's my personal favorite mobile suit, but then again... .105 dagger, 105 dagger. I don't really need anything else. Also, another thing about certain Gundams is that some of them can't be piloted by a natural when you start off. So, for example, the long dagger here. Jesus Christ. I really hate how the Japanese have their R's and L's as being a bit of a mix. But yeah, the long dagger cannot be wielded by a natural when you first get it. You have to unlock the ability for a natural to use it when you unlock a medal. Alright, but yeah, so long dagger. And crap. Alright, you know what, I might as well just... Okay, no, not that. Where is it? There it is. Camera settings. Hey, what? Privacy policy. Yep, that was so much better. Alright, let me just take a look at this. Die. Okay. So these are some additional abilities that we can get. We have Fortunate, 1.25 GP for missions, Stalwart, Giant Killer, Brawler, Perceptive, Aloof, Fighting Spirit, Perfectionist, Determination, Energy Saver, Biological CPU, and Extended. That's what they were. Yep, so biological CPUs and extended are two skills that you'll get if you go through the whole Omni campaign, like what biological CPU you'll get if you get through Century Era 71 for Omni. But, much like with coordinators, if you pick either a biological CPU or an extended, then that locks the passive ability 1, so you can't use it. Which, if you're actually playing the whole campaign, I actually think is a worthwhile trade-off, really. Because it managed to get me through some pretty tough fights with the Raider Gundam, turning into a biological CPU. And Awaken, forces use of Hyper Mode for a time. Rage. Fury, forces use of SPA. Prayer. Double bullet and beam defense. Repair. So I'm just gonna use that. But there is a little trick that can be done if you are stuck with either biological CPU or extended and you want to change it. Once you get the ability to change your type from either natural to coordinator, you just go into this menu here, press type, and either change it to coordinator or to natural, and it will reset the powers available. Ah. Alright. Brawl of Crusade. Now there are some hidden objectives that we need to do if we want to get like a high rank. Yeah.
この3機先に持ち帰る。クルーゼ隊長にお渡しするまで壊すなよ。地球軍の新型機動兵器。新型機奪われたのか。しつかってきたな。やってくれる。これ以上無理か。敵機撃破。こんなやつ。次はドイツだ。まだやられるわけには。こいつに乗っていながら敵機撃破。
Roller Chris.
私がお前を感じるように、お前も私を感じるのか。不幸な祝宴だな、ウーラプラが。これほどまでの過酷、モビルスーツに戻すとは。お前のことを頼りにしている。アスランザラ、イージス、出る。むちゃくちゃだ。こんな OS でこれだけの機体を動かそうなんて。すまない。脱出する。よし、やった。見つけた。無理しなさんな。こんな次はドイツだ。ターゲットを確認した。
よくやった。ザクトのモビルスーツを撃退した。この子って一体。
ミッション
And that's a wrap, folks! Yep. Seriously. Oh boy. Okay. But yeah, so some of these missions have a set of secret objectives that you need to do. They won't be listed in the actual mission. Like, when you start off, you won't be told to do them. You just have to try and find them out for yourself. So, for example, again, in A False Peace, the secret objective was to defeat all the mobile suits that are piloted by the Aces. But then there are some, like, less fun, or Fleet Rescue Mission, Nightmare Reborn, that I haven't been able to do yet, because I haven't found out what the objective is to defeat to get these things up to such a high score. But another pretty cool thing about this game is that there are some missions where you're able to do them, and it will actually change. Like, you're able to then change over to a different faction when you do these missions. So, for example, the Descending Sword. Yep, as you can see right here, it says right here, the side you belong to will be determined by the choices you make during the mission. The problem here is that you want to stay with the Earth Alliance forces. Archangel in Century Era 71 gives you a dog shit Gundam to use when you start off with. Seriously. The frickin' very first Gundam that Archangel gives you is bullshit. Raider is so much better than that crap. Alright, but at least now I can actually swap back to PC settings. No, other settings, that's what it was. Okay. Alright. Japanese, there we go. Yep. Okay, so we have English, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Japanese. Okay? I'm pretty sure that's Taiwan, TW. Alright. Actually. Free missions, extra missions. Yep. So these are just where you can do the missions again, only slightly harder. And it'd be a good idea to actually do these missions if you feel like it. Like, if you manage to get through all the normal missions up to double S rank and get all the Gundams, then hey, might as well do these missions as well. Just because. In fact, I might as well do this one, Counterattack Signal, because I know what that one's about. M1 Astra, yeah. Suck it. Suck it. That one sucks. Ale Strike Gundam, Calamity Gundam. That's what it was. It was Calamity Gundam, and then you have the Forbidden Gundam. Mobius Zero, Long Dagger, Fortestra, Dual Dagger.
Sonja. します。出ます。行きます。とどめ。出てくるのか。あいつか。これで決めてみせる。弾が切れた。はあ。ミッション完了しました。
Yep, there we go. Nice. Yeah, not that hard. Wait, there you are. Oh boy. Yeah, I was able to easily mark him. But yeah, so... these are missions where we fight against, hyper bosses. Basically against named pilots, but with triple the stats. Which is not good. Ed the Ripper. Then we just have some simple verses like Ace, Point Battle, and Free Battle. But now, just... Yep. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to upgrading the Gundams again, this time in order. So the Ale Strike Gundam. Ow. Okay. So now we just need to keep trying to purchase the rest of these upgrades so we can get this goddamn Gundam to full strength. We also have these parts to do. Ugh. And I need you to also have the Ale Strike Gundam. Thank you, Silac. So as you saw with the missions... Alright, so TP is earned by using the Gundam in question. So if you say use, like, again, the Ale Strike Gundam, or the regular Strike Gundam, or the Forbidden Gundam, any Gundam that you use in a mission, that Gundam will earn TP once you've beaten the mission. So if you and your AI partner that you've created utilize the same Gundam, you'll earn double the amount of points you'll earn for that Gundam. But since I'm using Fortunate to earn more GP, I'm wanting to also make sure I earn more points for all Gundams, because GP can be used for all Gundams that are in your collection, not just the Gundam that you've used. Alright, let's do this.
行きます。これよりミッションを開始します。作戦開始する。とどめ。まだ出てくるんですか。
There they go. I always do this mission in particular as sort of like, you know, a training simulation. But now that I think about it, I should actually just leave the whole strike thing to Kira and not use any... or try to avoid using the named Gundams unless they're used by their respective pilot. So... good, I've managed to get that one up good. Nice. So, the long dagger with the Fort Testra armor is good. What about Jin's one? Yep, Jin's all good. Yep. Alright, the... okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this and just use these non-named Gundams with... or just a freaking generic stuff. The generic stuff with my custom pilots, and use the non-normal stuff with all the named pilots. Alright, so... got the ale. All good? Yep.
ミッションを開始します。
ぼちぼち始めるとしようか。
とどめ。
もういい加減諦めてくれないかね。
もう弾切れか。弾が切れた。あいつか。覚悟しろ。ミッション完了しました。
Nice! Okay, so his SP is now up to 80. Only 19 more points left, then Psylocke is at max level. Then I can basically throw him out and use somebody else. Alright, hold on. So... a place for the soul. I'm actually gonna look that up real quick and see how exactly do we get double S for that. A place for the soul. Alright, it's phase 13. Where the heck do I freaking go for this? Alright. Okay, so they are using a completely different. Great. Yeah.
本艦は反乱艦である機関に対し即時の無条件降伏を要求する。この命令に従わない場合は機関を撃破する。
行きます。行きます。
お久しぶりです。ラミアス艦長、このような形でお会いすることになった残念です。そうね、アラスカでのことは自分が聞いています。ですがどうかこのまま降伏し軍上層部ともう一度話を。私も及ばずながら弁護いたします。今回の声明はよくご存知のはずです。ナタリー、ありがとう。でもそれはできないわ。アラスカ、私に任せて。
思いだけでも力だけでもできないことがあるんだ。そんなに戦争がしたいのか。逃げ取るったってさ。片っぽでもいいの？ほら行くぜ。捕捉した。
敵を発見したわ。
敵発見。
機関転速。
見つけた。
敵を発見。行くわよ。
はあ！敵機撃破。弾が切れた。
ゴンダフリート1番2番テー。
こんなところで
このままじゃ。
過去に興味はねえ。あれもう終わりじゃん。こんな
ジョーカーの名に恥じみを頑張らせて。
これでお前このままで終わるものか。
艦砲一斉射撃。
ここで朽ちるのか。
次行くぜ。
一斉射撃テー。この戦域から離脱する。
作戦続行します。
地球連合軍団アークエンジェル級に告げる。戦闘を開始する前に本艦で交流中の捕虜を返還した。
どういうことですかね。撃ち落とさせたい、回収させたい、罠にしても妙ですし、どうします艦長さん。
ポッドを回収しろ。
守らなきゃみんなを。行きます。
よくやった。ご褒美は何だろう。
もっとドミニオンまで運ぶぞ。
こんな戦い早く終わらせなくちゃいけないんだよ。
すでに幕は上がっているのだ。
Jesus Christ!
イザーク・ジュール出るぞ。やらなきゃやられる、そんだけだろうが。
遊んでやるよ。
あらぼやぼやしてんなよ。
補足した。外さないと。押されている。はあ。
くらえ。
見つけた。追い込まれる。そこだけ。勝負は時の運さ。アスラ、早く脱出するんだ。次はドイツだ。
くらえ。
見つけた。間転速。世界
次行くぜ。
もう終わりかね。
どうだ。
そんな離脱する。よし。イライラさせる。
痛い。
敵撃破。
敵発見。あなた方が信じて戦うものは何ですか。
楽勝楽勝。
これ以上食らうと総員退化。
いい調子だ。作戦完了。予定通り帰還する。
And unfortunately, there's no difference between campaigns. What we just did does not change anything. What? What the hell do you mean by it's now double S? I have spent so damn long trying to get that damn double S, and you meant to tell me that I only just now get it? But unfortunately, since there's no story to this game, this is definitely just going to be a one-time video. Ish. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Well, I'm not looking forward to the next one because I have to embarrass myself. Oh boy. Alright. Save. Yep. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, great. And I was hoping not to have to do this. Oh, the next one's not gonna be good. I know you guys are gonna be having your stomachs in absolute pain when you start laughing at me. Alright. I'll see you guys next weekend for the next one. Oh boy. For Gundam Breaker 4. Great. Yep.